Hello everyone, my name is Ashok and I'm a spoken English and IELTS trainer. And today we're going to start with writing task 2, that is essay. Okay, so here I'll be sharing the screen and we'll be typing the important ideas of IELTS writing task 2, that is essay. So first of all, I would like to tell you how much time is there for this task. Any idea? Task time. How much time will be there for this essay? 40 minutes will be there. Yes, very good. So we can have 40 minutes time for this task. Okay, let me type here. So basic information we can have here. Mm, And then after like we can have the format of the essay one. Writing module. Okay, writing module and in which we have essay writing. Essay writing. Okay, which is task 2. Task 2. And there is no difference between general and academic. Writing task 2. Task 1 will be different. For general, that is letter writing, and for academic, it is report writing. Yes. Now here, first thing that we are going to discuss, it will be time. How much time we can have? 40 minutes will be there for this. 40 minutes are there. Now, how many words we need for this particular task? We need to write around 252, less than that, 252 to 70 to 80 words max. We can write. Okay, and the band score for this, band score, band score will be how much? It will be like 2/3. Very good. 2/3 will be the weightage. But when it will be analyzed, that time it is said like out of 9. Yes. And what types of questions we can have? Types of questions for essay? Types of questions? Okay, so here we can have the first one, that is advantages and disadvantages. Okay, sorry. Advantages and disadvantages. Then it can be like agree or disagree. Okay, third one, it can be like problem and solution. Problem and solution. Then it can be cause and effects. Cause and effects or effect. And then last one will be opinion. Opinion. So these are the prominently asked 5 types of questions. But like a recent time, we have seen agree and disagree, or like your opinion. These questions are asked more frequently in your IELTS test. Now, what we're going to do, we'll see there will be a writing plan. Okay. So the writing plan, what is the writing plan? Any idea? Writing plan. We need a plan. Without plan, nothing can work. That will be the structure of the essay. Okay, that is the structure. Now, writing plan here. Okay, first 5 minutes. You can take out 5 minutes. 5 minutes for generating ideas. You can take out 5 minutes for generating ideas. And then you can have, sorry, that will be 30 minutes. 50 minutes are for task 1. Okay, so here 30 minutes. 30 minutes for what? Writing or typing? Or typing. Okay, if you have taken the option CBT, that will be typing. Typing. And you can utilize 5 minutes for proofreading. Okay, do you know what is proofreading? Anyone? Okay, you know what is proofreading. Proofreading is so proofreading is something that you can check whatever it is written, whether that is grammatically or like we can there'll be a punctuation somewhere, like apostrophe is there, somewhere contraction form is there, a singular, plural, like that. That will check. Okay, so time how much? 40 minutes. Words 250 to 280 words. Even 270 is fine. Out of, like, we can say two-third types of questions we have got here. And next one, writing plan. So these things will be covered up. Yes. Now after this, what we can do, there we will have the format of the essay, the structure. So we are going to learn a structure of the essay. Yes. In short, I'll tell you, and then one sample I'll be sharing with you. Hmm. Okay, so today we can have the format of the essay. Format, format of the essay. Okay, what will come first? That has to be, the first part will be introduction. Introduction. What will be there in introduction? Pritam, what will be there in introduction? Okay, introduction. Okay, so introduction. Okay, so we need to write 30 to 40 words in introduction first thing. Clarity with the words. 30 to 40 words you can write. 30 to 40 words. And there we can have the four statements. The first statement will be general statement. General statement. Do not touch the main topic quickly. General statement will be there. So the first idea we can have, that is general statement. General statement. Okay. Then you can have supporting statement. Supporting statement. So whatever you said earlier, you can backing up that idea. Supporting statement. Then you can have paraphrased statement. Paraphrase statement. Now, what is paraphrase statement? Any idea about this? Whatever the question is there, as Pritam rightly said, that particular question can be converted into your own words. That's called paraphrase statement. So do not use the same words as those words are given there. Instead, you can use some different words. And if someone does it so, will not receive the band score for that. Okay. And the last one, that is action statement. Action statement. Action statement. Okay, just a minute. Is it done? So in introduction, what we can have four statements only. General statement, supporting statement, paraphrase statement, and action statement. What is there in action statement? That is your stand. What you're going to do. You agree, you don't agree, you support, you don't support. You feel like, okay, advantages are more or disadvantages are more, or you feel like, okay, it is in both, like both points are in equal extent. Okay, so it will be like balanced. Okay, so whatever your stand is there, that you can explain there. Is that clear? General, supporting, paraphrase, and action. So all these statements will be there for this. Now after this, we can have, after this, we can have, after this, we can have understood the introduction part. Now here is body one. Okay, body one. So consider that we have the essay type, that is advantages and disadvantages. So how many words we can write here? It will be like 100 to 110 words will be enough. 100 words or 110 words can be enough, or 120 sometimes. 100 to 110 or 120. It depends on what kind of task it is. Okay, 100 to 110 or 120 words even will be fine. Okay, how many words? 100 to 110 or sometimes like 121. Okay. So even if you write 100, that will be balanced. 100, 100, 100, 30, 30 to 60. Okay. Like that. It'll be like balanced, like not more, not less. Okay. No, the bodies will be two only. Yeah. So, like we can have introduction, body one, body two, and conclusion, like that way. Yes. So body like that is introduction in which we can have 30 to 40 words. Body one, 100 words. Body two, 100 words. And conclusion, 30 to 40 words are there. So in that way, it will be like, like 270, 260, like that much words we can have. It will not be like more or less, like that. Okay. So what comes first? Here we can have connector. Okay. Connector. What connector we can use? Okay, generalized connector we can have, that will be, you can say, on the one hand. Okay, this is for the example. You can replace that later on. On the one hand. On the one hand. Then you can give a comma here. On the one hand. And after that, you can add a topic sentence. Now, I want to ask you, what is topic sentence? Topic sentence. The main idea. So if you're writing an essay that is all about advantages and disadvantages of something. So here, body one, you can write up all about advantages. Yes. But like there will be a heading sentence. Okay. Main sentence. So what you can say? There are some advantages of XYZ. Okay. Main idea. Okay. So main idea will be there. So there are many advantages of XYZ, and those points are elaborated or explained like that way. Not like topic sentence means that same. I'm telling you. Main idea is the topic sentence. So what you're going to do, on the one hand, there are many advantages of using mobile. This is what topic sentence and connector is already used, like that. And then like we can have some other points. So this is the heading of the paragraph. Heading statement or like main statement is there. Okay, like that. Main idea is there. Thematic particularly. After that, you can use another connector. Connector will be there. So connector in this context, we can have like, okay, just say, firstly, you say here, firstly, which connector you can use? Firstly, firstly, then you can give a comma and you can add up one advantage. First advantage, first advantage. Okay, first advantage. Whatever the first advantage you can have, you can add it. Okay, it saves time. If it is like mobile, you're talking about mobile. So you can say it saves time and money, maybe. Okay. So you can write that advantage, first advantage, and explain. First advantage with explanation. You can explain that. Explain it. Explain it with an example. Example. With an example. You can write an example for that. Okay. Next one, there is another connector you can use. Connector. What will be that? Firstly said. You can say secondly. Simple. Second. Secondly, you can use, and here, second advantage. Second advantage. Second advantage. Okay. So you can explain with. Okay. First advantage is done. Then you can explain that with an example. Second one, you can write here and then you can explain it. Explain it with example. Okay, now here in the first one, for example, you could use, and in second one, you could use another word. Okay, for example is one example. Okay, so you can use different phrases for that. For example, in second one, you can say, for instance. In second one, what you can say? For instance. For instance. Now, the last connector of this body, last connector you can use. Connector And that would be lastly or finally. You can say finally or lastly or firstly. Lastly is also better. So even if you use lastly, that would be fine. Lastly. And then third advantage. You can explain it. Explain. Explain. Okay, explain it. An example. Which example you can use for this? So already we use like, for example, for instance. Okay. Now we cannot repeat the same words. What you can say here? Come on, keep trying. The great example. What you can say? The best example. The best example is then whatever it is. Dot dot dot. We don't want that repetition anywhere. Okay. Okay. Now here we have next one. Is that clear? Connectors are used. After that, we have added the advantages, and then the elaboration is there. Then we have added the examples. So this is the format for balanced essay. And maximum essays are like in balanced ways only. You can keep it in balanced way because your views will not make any difference in the world. You'll just complete the task. Yes. So whatever the stand you take, or like I take even, I take, that will not make any difference. Whatever the stand I take, even that will not make any difference. I have to complete the task. But like within like given time, so when they understand like, oh, you have limited time, you have to follow like task achievement, task response. Task response is there, cohesion, coherence, GRA, grammar age accuracy, lexical resources. Then time is there, 40 minutes. Grammatical accuracy, and there are several points. Yeah. Okay, now body 2. Body 2. What will be there in body 2? Come on, body 2. Okay, again, like you can write 100 to 110 words. 100 to 110 words. And then next one we can have connector. So simple one, like whatever we use earlier, we'll be using little different. On the other hand, okay, just a minute, typos. Give a comma and add a topic sentence. Now, can you tell me what will be the topic sentence here? You already know. In body 1, we used advantages here, or positive side. Now here, disadvantages, downsides are there, no? Yes. So here it was like maybe like it was positive in the first. Here will be like main idea will be negative. Negative. Then you can use some connectors. Yes, main idea is done. And try to make it like compound or complex sentence. Do not use like, okay, simple sentence all the time. So it's a competition that you have to use some advanced words, you have to use some complex sentences, you have variations in your writing. That time you can get more score. And if you write like very simple, you can receive the simple band score. Yes. IELTS writing is all about like miserness. Okay, so you cannot get a good score in this. Okay, it is easy to write, but hard to get the score, as per my experience. Okay, so you need to fight harder for that. Yeah, it is a Herculean task to get that score. It is not like a piece of cake as listening and reading. Whatever you did, you can get that score. Okay, so now here you can use a connector. Pritham, what connector we can use? Already like we use firstly, and we don't want the same again. We want to use something different. Initially, okay, for instance, no, not for instance, it will be like to begin with, to initiate. Okay, to start up with. Okay, to begin with, we can say, to begin with, to commence with. You can use like to commence with, to begin with, to start with, to initiate with, like that. And then you can have first disadvantage. First disadvantage. Is that clear? And then you can explain that. Explain it. with an example. Now the point is here, if you try to explain it with an example, we cannot use the word for example. We can use some different words here. So you can use word like namely. Okay. If you want to exemplify, you can use word like namely. You can use word like namely. So what can be the first disadvantage of mobile? Consumes time. Yes. Addiction is also there. Like that. Now, next point, connector. So you can say another point, furthermore, moreover, yes, another point. And then you can add second disadvantage. And then you can explain it. Okay, there may be some typos. Oh, explain it. An example. Okay, so now here example. We cannot use the same words as I told you earlier. We can use some different words for this. Okay, namely is used. So you can say to exemplify, to exemplify, to exemplify. Yes, to exemplify, to exemplify. Yeah, no, like not exactly, but for this one example, for example. Okay, so this is kind of a connector itself, but yes, for example only. Yes. To exemplify, 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 exemplify. Okay, is that done? Like it is almost similar to like for example. How? Exemplify. Is that done? Okay, exemplify. Now we can have the next connector, the third point. You see like how it is going in a we can say sequence. Okay, yes, connector. Now this connector we can have at last to end up, to end up. Okay, or at the end. At the end. To end up with. And third disadvantage. Third disadvantage. And then you can explain that. You can use another word for this. Same, it should not be there. We can replace that. So what is your idea? Come on. Which word can be used for this example? Come on. Is it possible? That's interesting. That's easy. There is nothing like hard. Come on, get it. To explain. Okay, to explain. Yeah, that can be. To explain, to elaborate. Okay. Okay, yeah, that can be. To explain, to elaborate. For instance, is already used. Okay. So you can use word like to illustrate. To illustrate. Illustrate. Is that clear? Body one, what we did, body two, what we did, like that way. Sequence is there. And you can see here, nothing is repeated. No repetition is there. And we'll come to the last part. What is it? Okay. Yes. Okay. Just a minute here. Body three, it should have been. Okay. So body two is there. But paragraph three. And here is the paragraph four. Okay. Now you can look at the conclusion. Conclusion. What will be there in conclusion? How many words we can have? 30 to 40 words you can add. 30 to 40 words. In conclusion, there is no need of any example. No? Don't add any example. Just the main points. Main points are there. So do not add your any example in that way. Okay, so here we can use a connector is needed. Yes. Come on, which connector we can use here? I can demonstrate some more connectors here to sum up, to conclude. Okay, which one? To conclude. Okay, in conclusion, in the nutshell, okay. To recapitulate is also there. All in all, okay, and so on. There are many more. Yes. Okay. All in all, in the nutshell, to recapitulate. Okay. Or overall is also there. Overall. Okay. Now, what we can do, you can write the summary, of body 1 and body 2. Now, writing the summary, it doesn't mean like you need to write each and everything. So the key pointers, the key ideas, you can summarize. So you can write down, okay, there are some advantages like this. Whereas, okay, or these are the disadvantages. Summary only. Summary of body 1 and summary of body 2. And then it will be like your opinion. Your opinion. Okay, again, it is important if it is asked. Okay, what is your stand? Because examples will be from your experience only. Okay, your opinion. Summary of body 1 and body 2. Summary of body 1 and body 2. And your opinion. What is your stand in this way? Is that clear? Okay. Okay, just have a glance what we learned. Introduction, 30 to 40 words. Okay, we can have proofreading. That is very important. There might be some, we can say mistakes even. You can check it. Okay, general statement, supporting statement, paraphrase statement, and action statement. 4 statements, we can have 30 to 40 words you can write. And no copy of the given question words. Body 1, we considered it is, we can say advantages and disadvantages type of essay. And we use connector like on the one hand, then topic sentence, and we added main idea. Topic sentence is the main idea. And like positive side we were about to explain that. And then connector. First advantage. Explain it with an example. And for example is used for that. Then connector 2. Second advantage. Explain it with an example. For instance, is the word used for that. And lastly, okay, third advantage, explain it with an example. Best example is. So here we talked about advantages. Now we're going to talk about disadvantages. The body 2 will be there. Paragraph number 3. Okay, by mistake I wrote the same it was. Okay, now connector on the other hand. Now here you can have option like on the contrary, on the flip side. Okay, on the contrary is there. Like that. Then topic sentence or main idea you can have. And here in this particular paragraph, we are going to talk about mobile in a negative way. Negatives are there. And then we can have the first connector. What is it? To begin with. Then first disadvantage. Then explain it with an example. Okay. And for example, we have used namely. Then here we have like another connector, another point. Second disadvantage, explain it with an example and to exemplify. And here we have the last connector of the same body. Connector to end up to, we can say, this is okay, at last. Okay. Third disadvantage, explain it with an example. To illustrate, to exemplify. To illustrate is also there. Oh, to illustrate is there. Okay. And the conclusion, where we can have 30 to 40 words. And like connectors we have used like, okay, to sum up, to conclude, in conclusion, in the nutshell, all in all, to recapitulate. Yes, to summarize. That is also another one. And here you can write the summary of body 1 and body 2. Now, summary of body 1 and body 2, it means the main ideas only, main advantages and disadvantages in like 1 or 2 sentences you can write. And then it will be your opinion. Is that clear? So in upcoming weekend session, we can have the sample essays. Sample essays we can have tomorrow or in upcoming session. Is that fine? Okay, so thank you so much. If you like it, you can share and subscribe my channel.